Welcome everybody to another episode of Friday Top 10s. Now last week we had the top 10 video games that we'd like to see as movies. This week we're going to flip that around and we're going to give you guys the top 10 movies that we'd like to see in video game form. And this is for the next gen consoles. There are a couple on the list that have been games before, but that was a considerable amount of time ago, and we'd like to see them done again. Number 10 is Equilibrium. Equilibrium came out in the early 2000s, starring Christian Bale before he was Batman, and it's kind of like a 1984 action movie. And Christian Bale's character has mastered the art of this like gun hand-to-hand combat type thing, and it's pretty cool. You see him taking out a lot of people, and you see that a lot of times in video games too, where one person takes out a lot of people, and I think that this is a great character, and this is an interesting world that would be cool to explore in video game form.
Number 9, we have Edge of Tomorrow, which kind of flopped at the box office when it came out about a year ago. The reason for that was kind of because people thought it was kind of more of a video game type idea than it was for a movie.
I think that this is a very interesting concept in the movie form, and I think that it would be cool to see it as a game. You don't need to completely stick to the movie. You can have an original story, but with the same characters. The characters that Tom Cruise plays was really good. Emily Blunt in particular was awesome. And I think that those two characters in particular would be really great to be able to play as.
Also, Morgan Freeman was awesome.
That was Oblivion, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Oblivion would be a good game too.
It is a game, dude. Elder Scrolls.
Number 8 for us is Django Unchained. We can see this being very similar to a Red Dead Redemption type. In Red Dead Redemption, you're hunting down your old gang and you're, taking out these fortresses and stuff. You can do something similar to that, where you're, instead of the fortresses that you're taking out these big slave plantations, and you're freeing slaves, killing the slave masters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think a big thing they could touch on with that would be the bounty hunting aspect. When you're with Dr. King Schultz, just hunting guys down that have done wrong things, that have bounties on their heads. You just go take them down and you get a bunch of cash and you use that for whatever else. And number 7 is Battle Royale, which is basically just a ripoff of the Hunger Games, right?
No. Hunger Games is a ripoff of Battle Royale, you freaking idiot, Tommy. A lot of people were like, Hunger Games should be a video game. No, Battle Royale should be a video game because it's way more violent, it's a lot more fun, and I think that there's a lot more potential that you could do with this world.
Another good thing that you do with this game would be to kind of make an online mode where basically you all have one life, you put on this map, and you have to go find the resources you need for survival, and for like crafted weapons, stuff like that, and the last one alive is the winner, and it should be really intense and awesome online multiplayer action.
Number 6 is a movie that came out less than a month ago, and that's The Kingsmen. And it's a movie that both of us really enjoyed a lot, but I think that this is best served if you start at the end of the movie. You could be doing all these missions. It's very James Bond type, kind of like the movie was, with the over-the-top violence and the humor and stuff like that. I think that it would just be a lot of fun. You got the main character X, he's really cool, and I think that it would be awesome to play as him and just do all the cool things that he does in the movie.
Number 5 is Die Hard, which would just be totally epic.
You don't have to necessarily stick to the story. You could do Die Hard 1 again, which is great, but you could also have your original type story where you're just this New York cop.
Yeah, I think that would be the best if they had an original story, but with John McClane, the character.
Yeah, and something that you see as a common theme in our list here is that a lot of these are characters that we really like, that we like to play as. John McClane, he's a great character. Number 4 is Pacific Rim. You have a great story set in that world that's a lot of fun following. Probably pretty similar to the story that they have in the movie, but you could have the original stuff too, because there's a lot of cool concepts that are brought up in the movie. But also as an online, we could see this being very similar to a Titanfall online. You're fighting the kaijus and stuff like that, and you're fighting each other as well. So you got 2 sets of enemies coming at you, and if you're doing well, you get the robot.
Number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy, which might be kind of cheating for us because it's kind of similar to Star Wars, and we just love Star Wars. We want to see another Star Wars game. But this could just be really cool with all those characters that everyone loves. Everyone loves this movie, really, and it would just be awesome to see it put into a game on these next-gen consoles. Maybe like a GTA 5 type idea, where it's just like open world, you can go to all these different planets.
And I think that'd be really cool, to basically a GTA in space, You could even have the GTA Online thing where you make your own character and, do whatever. And then as far as playable characters in the main story, you could have even the whole team where they all have their own side missions and then they meet together. Ultimately though, this could be very similar to a Mass Effect and a Star Wars. just with the characters that everybody is now a fan of. As far as video games, comic book video games go, there haven't been too many good ones. The Arkham games are great. Those are DC though. As far as Marvel goes, they haven't really done anything good. The only one that I enjoyed was Spider-Man 2, which Tommy tells me isn't as good as I remember it being. Number 2 is the Boondock Saints. And again, there's these 2 characters that we really like. You got the over-the-top violence again in this one. It'd just be a lot of fun. Something that we need would be co-op in the game. I think that it would be kind of like an Army of 2 thing where you play next to somebody and you just have a great time. You know, each person has something separate that they need to do.
If they make a Boondock Saints game, it has to be co-op because, I mean, that's like the entire point of the movie is these 2 characters. I think it would just work really well like an Army of 2, like you said. Just you have to cooperate to like do different tasks and to just kind of like take down all these different gangs, enemies, you know, what have you.
Number 1 is a property that is very dear to our hearts. It's a Lucasfilm title that is not Star Wars and is Howard the Duck. God, I should probably just stop being with these stupid jokes that Tommy's not allowed to. I was really hoping that I'd get him there, but he's just like Stonewall Jackson. Our number 1 actually is Indiana Jones. There have been Indiana Jones games in the past. One of which that we played is right here. It is Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. This came out in 2003. This is really the last good video game of Indiana Jones that has been made. We really would like a new one, especially with the rumors of there possibly being a new Indiana Jones. I think this is that perfect time to release a new video game for the new consoles. Again, this is the theme in our list is the characters that we love. And this is also a world that is so cool. And you know, with this treasure hunting type stuff, you got so much potential with this that it's just, it could be great. And I really hope that there is one in the works that we just don't know of right now. Let us know what type of list that you want to see us do next time. We got a lot of options that we can do for you. Give us your thoughts in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff for you guys. And you know, we hope to see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.